Hello guys, it is I, Arcus, and I am bringing you yet another new thing. It is Pokemon TCG Online. Now, I actually got into this about a few months ago. It's been really fun for me. I've got a pretty decent collection right now. I got a lot of full art cards, psychic full arts, and a pretty decent deck right now. I'm sorry guys, it's like 9 in the morning. I ended up falling asleep at 5 and I tried to went to bed at 2, so I'm not in the best talkative mood right now since I'm really tired, but I'll try to push this one through. So, today I'm going to be showcasing a standard deck I use. I actually got this idea from Sipes 1946 of the Superior Source for Cards. I'll put the link to their channel in the annotation in the description right here. So you can go check them out. They're really cool. Their decks are really cool. I mean, heck, I got this deck idea from them. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna show you around the deck. The original deck is actually an unlimited deck, and since I'm a big fan of the prize wheel, I decided to tweak the deck a little bit to make it standard legal. So the cards in here are going to be a little bit different from what you're going to see in the original deck if you go ahead and watch the video, but it shouldn't be too drastically different from how the deck should perform. But first I'll show you the Pokemon. If I can just, yeah, Pokemon. Our main attacker of the deck is Black Kyurem with Black Ballista, which will deal 200 damage but discard 3 energy. This would usually be a massive drawback of the attack if it weren't for the fact that we have a Blastoise which knows Deluge, which can attach as many water energies to him as you like throughout the game. And we also have a trainer card that can get energies back from the discard pile, so he's going to be a really cool one to use. We also have Miltank in here since we use a lot of Blastoises, and since Miltank's powerful first attack does 70 more damage when there's a stage 2 on your bench, since we're going to have a Blastoise, it's going to do a lot more damage. And this also helps us get past those safeguard users like Sigalith and Suicune and those guys, so yeah, so we're not walled by them. We have Keldeo in here, which is our Russian support. Rush-in support, sorry, I don't want to sound like a racist or anything. But yeah, this basically helps us rush in and protect our Black Kyurems or other Pokemon from deadly attacks, or status inflictions or anything like that. And if one of our Keldeos were to get status, we can just rush in with another one, and then float stone back if we have a float stone attached to them. So they're really a versatile card. They're really helpful if you got the float stones handy. And they're also a secondary attacker if Black Kyurem would fail, since Secret Sword will do more damage for each water energy attached. So, an all-around, a really good card in the set. We have 4 Squirtles in here because Squirtle is going to be actually, mostly our main Pokemon of the deck, since we need Deluge for the deck to work really well. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of Squirtles in here. I put 4 Squirtles in here just because we're going to need them. I'm sorry about that lag, guys. I'm recording on here makes it lag a lot. I don't know why it does that, but yeah, I can't fix anything about it, so might as well go with it. We have 3 Deluge Blastoises in here. Deluge allows you to get the water energies you need, etc., all that. And we have 3 of them, so we can get Deluge really easily, pretty much. We only have 1 Wartortle in the deck, though, and that is because most of our evolution is going to be by rare candying, which will let you put a Stage 2 on top of the basic, if you have that Stage 2 in your hand. So, instead of Evo Photos and things like that, I decided to go with rare candies because I can get a turn 2 Blastoise or like a turn 3 Blastoise really quickly. It's really helpful late game. But we have Wartortle in here in case people use Pokemon like Seismitoad EX or like not Garbodor, Trevenant or Gothitelle with Magic Room ability, like those kind of things that block you from using items. So we have a Wartortle in there in case that happens. But yeah, those are all the Pokemon of the deck. Except we have trainers. Our first trainer card is a Great Ball, and the Great Ball allows us to look at the top 7 cards of our deck, and if we find a Pokemon, then we put it into our hand. So it can be a pretty helpful one if you got a good Pokemon at the top of your deck, and then that can be a lot more helpful than an Ultra Ball in certain situations. That replaces the Level Ball of the original deck, since Level Ball was rotated out, so I'm not using that. Sorry, I had to burp there. We have 4 Professor Letters in the deck. which helps us get the energies if we don't have them in our hands, so we can deluge them onto one of our Pokemon, so that's the use for those. We have 3 rare candies, 1 for each of the Blastoises. I've already gone over what these do. We have Startling Megaphone to get rid of any tools attached to our opponent's Pokemon. They're really helpful ones if your opponent has like A-Spec tools or something like that. The Superior Energy Retrieval is what I was talking about with getting a bunch of energies from your discard pile. If you discard 2 cards from your hand, you'll get 4 basic energies from your discard pile, and you can put them right into your hand, so that's a pretty helpful one right there. We have 2 Ultra Balls in the deck, which are kind of like the Superior Energy Retrievals. You discard 2 cards, but you can choose any Pokemon from your deck and put it into your hands, so that can be a really helpful one when it's necessary. Next up we have Sharon. I put 4 Sharons in here in place of the Tropical Beaches because I actually don't know if Tropical Beach is rotated out or not. Sorry, I've been talking really fast, but I actually don't know if Tropical Beach is rotated out or not. But I don't want to chance it, plus Tropical Beach costs a lot in this game, so I'm just going to stick with Sharon since he's a pretty good one. He's pretty good for draw power. We have Colress in here, and in case we need to draw even more cards, and if there's a lot of bench Pokemon, that can be really helpful. We have N for hand disruption, so if like your opponent has some good cards in his hand that he just got, you can use N to get rid of that hand. And you can help yourself out too if you're falling a little bit behind on cards. We have a Pokemon Fan Club to get 2 basic Pokemon from our deck and put them onto our bench. That's really helpful for getting Keldeos and Squirtles and such. We have Professor Sycamore, which is basically a Professor Juniper. You discard your hand and draw 7 cards, so it's a good drawing card. We have 2 Shaunas, which shuffle our hand into our deck, and then we draw 5 more cards, so that's a pretty good one right there. We have Skyla, which will get any trainer card we want from our deck and put it into our hand, so Skyla's going to be the main use, getting the cards we need to use when we need them, so I put 4 of them in the deck. Our A-Spec, instead of like a computer search or dozing machine, I actually went with a Crystal Wall for this deck, because I felt that computer search and dozing machine weren't all that needed when I used this deck, to be honest. But the Crystal Wall will make it so that any Black Kyurem that this card is attached to will have 300 HP instead of 180. So that's 120 extra HP attached to the Black Kyurem, which makes it a lot more resilient, and since it does 200 damage, it can be a really scary Pokemon to deal with for opponents. And our last trainer card is Floatstone, which is used for our Keldeos, and basically makes it so that any Pokemon with a retreat cost will have that retreat cost reduced to 0, and since a lot of the Pokemon in our deck have really high retreat costs, like Blastoise and Black Kyurem, that can be a really helpful one to help them retreat, or if you have Keldeo with Russian, then that's a really good card to equip to them, because they can basically rush in and then retreat for whatever Pokemon you like. So those are our trainers. Our energies are pretty simple. We have 2 electric ones for our Black Kyurems, that's pretty much it. And we have 9 water ones just for the deluge thing. I didn't put very many energies in because we're going to be retrieving them a lot and deluging them a lot, so we don't really need them all that much. But yeah, that's the deck. Let's go ahead and test it out now. I actually have no one online to play this against right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and play this in computer. I'm going to put the computer on hard, even though the computers on hard are still really easy if you have a deck like this. It's not all that difficult. And I apologize for the lag still, guys. You guys are going to experience lag during the battle, but I can't do anything about it, so it is what it is. I mean, oh, we're fighting Tyson. It is what it is. If I could change things, I would, but I can't, so we'll go along with it. I have no basic Pokemon in my hand. Oh, that's pretty slow. Yeah, maybe I could have thought this a little bit better. So, our only Pokemon we can play is a Miltank right now, so that's a pretty bad hand starting off. I'll probably Shauna next turn, since I need a few more Pokemon. Wow, he got a lot of Pokemon that turn. That's a pretty crazy hand, man. So his bench is full now, but he doesn't really have any theme with his deck, so there's not going to be too much problem with this. I could either use N or I could use Shauna. I'm going to go ahead and N because I have 6 prize cards still, and it'll give me 1 extra card, which can be really helpful. Yeah, I already know this. Little notification here. Yep, put all the cards back in the deck. Redraw. And cool, we got Black Kyurem and Squirtle, so that's really helpful. We got the Squirtle we wanted, and we got our main attacker, so And we'll go ahead and use the Professor's Letter to get 2 of our energies. We're going to get the electric one since Black Kyurem needs that to attack. So we'll go ahead and attach that to Black Kyurem. And we'll end our turn right there. Miltank can be a little bit of bait right now until we get Black Kyurem already. It's going to evolve his Dwebble. It's going to Tail Whap our Miltank, doing 20 damage. And now we're going to Sharon for 3 extra cards since we don't have much we can use right now. We do have Skylift for next turn to get a rare candy should we need it. For now I'm going to go ahead and attach another water energy to Black Kyurem though, and since I can't really do anything else I'm going to go ahead and end my turn again. He's going to Tail Whap our Miltank again. And we're going to use a... Actually, should I use another Sharon? No, I'll use a Skylift this time to get a rare candy. Yeah, we got a rare candy now. And we only use Professor's Letter to get more water energies. I got those. I'm sorry for the lag, guys. Like, I'm dealing with it too. Like, it's a recording. It's still playable, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But, you know, I like to have better quality usually, so... It's a bit depressing seeing such low quality in the videos, but I can't fix it, and I'm going to showcase this deck. I also want to promote the Superior Source for Cards, since I may become a member of that eventually, so I want to go ahead and promote it. So cool, we got our Keldeo EX there, which is a Russian helpful thing here. I'm going to go ahead and attach a third water energy to Black Kyurem. I'm going to put our Floatstone on our Keldeo. I'm going to use Colress. Why did I do that actually? I need to get that rare candy, but whatever. I'll go ahead and use Great Ball because I can. I actually got a lot of Pokemon we're going to get the Blastoise. We need the Blastoise, and next turn we can get the rare candy with Skyless, so that's pretty good for us. We're going to go ahead and rush in with our Keldeo. And now we're going to retreat, since Black Kyurem has enough energies to attack. And since we only need 60 damage to kill that Eevee, we're just going to go ahead and use Slash. So that knocks out the Eevee. It'll give us our first prize card, which is a Wart Turtle. So we don't really need that, since we're going to get a rare candy next turn. Just going to put up a Scyther, which you can't use very well. So it's going to draw 3 cards with Roller Skates. It's going to just turn right there. So now we're going to Skyla. We're going to get our rare candy. We're going to evolve our Squirtle into a Blastoise. Oh, what? What happened? Oh, I didn't select it properly. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, there we go. I was a little bit confused though. I was worried that I'm just running out the rare candy or something. Yeah, now we have our Blastoise, so that's gonna let us deluge all these onto our Black Kyurem. So let's go ahead and deluge all of our water energies to him. I generally tend to deluge all the water energies in the deck, since if you happen to get another electric one, you're going to want to attach it to your Black Kyurem. So we're going to go ahead and deluge all those to Black Kyurem, and we're going to Black Ballista the Scyther, doing 200 damage and knocking him out. We're going to get rid of the water energies. Whoops. Whoops. We're going to get rid of the water energies. That's going to knock out his Scyther, and we're going to get a second prize card, which is an Ultra Ball. We can send out this Foongus, which we can defeat with Slash, so we're not going to worry about Black Ballista with him. We're going to put up a second Miltank because just to fill up our bench. We're going to share him because we got a pretty good hand right now. Okay, see, we've got another Black Kyurem, so we're going to go ahead and put that on our Black Kyurem. We're going to deluge another water energy to our main Black Kyurem. We're going to get a few more energies. We only got 1 in there. So we've already cleaned out all the energies in our deck. We're going to go ahead and deluge this one onto our main one again. And we're just going to slash that Foongus because that's all we need to do. So you're getting a little bit of basic info of how this deck is going to work. We got the energy retrieval now. So next turn we can Black Ballista and we can attach more energies to him. So his stoke didn't work, so we're going to go ahead and... Well, yeah, we'll Sharon again because we got another Sharon yet again. We don't need that Bloodstone right now, so we're going to go ahead and Black Ballista, discarding 3 of our water energies. That's going to knock out his Growlithe. We're going to draw a second Keldeo EX. He's going to send out a second Growlithe. I'm going to use Stoke once more. Stoke isn't going to work for him again. And this is the main asset of the deck. We're going to discard our Startling Megaphone and our Wart Turtle with the Superior Energy Retrieval. We're going to get 4 of these energies back. And we're going to deluge each one of them onto our Black Hero. This is how the deck works, guys. You're going to Superior Energy Retrieval and deluge your energies right back onto your Black Hero right after you discard them. So you can keep using Black Ballista over and over again. That is how this deck works, and it's done me pretty well in ranked standards, so I like it quite a bit. It's probably going to be the deck I'm using nowadays, since my other deck didn't really have any means of it didn't have any strategy to it. It was basically just brute force with the EX. That's all it really was. Like, I put all my psychic ones in that deck, and that's what it was pretty much. But yeah, we blocked Ballista's Growlithe, so we only have 1 prize card left. He's going to send out his Foongus. And he can't do anything against us, since he put an energy on his Dwebble. His Crustle, actually. Sorry, his Crustle. But, oh, sorry, I had to burp again. But since we could just use Slash and end him off right now and get our last prize card, but let's end it with our Black Ballista, since that's our main attack of the deck. So Black Ballista him, get rid of 3 waters, and we win! A victory for us. So as you can see, we took 9 turns, 8 minutes and 18 seconds, and our MVP was Black Kyurem EX, so Black Kyurem did all the work in that battle pretty much. We did 920 damage to him because his attack was Black Kyurem, obviously. Our MVP was Black Kyurem. We drew 54 cards, which is a lot of the cards in the deck, so our deck was actually almost gone from the looks of it. 14 energies played, 14 trainers played, all of our prize cards were taken, and yeah. But that is our Blastoise Black Kyurem Ballista Deluge deck, whatever you'd like to call it, I guess. I guess the official name for that deck would be the one that Sipes uses for his. So his Unlimited deck, which works a lot better than this one. This one's just a standard legal deck, so that's all you can make of it from that. But yeah, that was the deck. It's a really cool deck. I liked it a lot, so I decided to build one for myself and see how it did in rank, and it's done me pretty well so far, so I like it quite a bit. But, yeah, I have been Arcus. I'll see you guys in the next video. I have no clue when it's going to come out since my uploading schedule is kind of bad. But, yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I can. Take care, and see you later.